Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hello, Miss Kelsey. Nice to
Hi,
see
Miss.
you.
Hi, Miss Maryjo. It's nice to see you too.
Thank you. And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my goodness, I love St. Patrick's Day.
This is a day for leprechauns and golden coins and green food.
Yes,
Did you ever have green eggs and ham like Dr. Seuss?
I haven't, but that is on my list of things I need to do.
Well, when my children were little, every St. Patrick's Day, I made green food for dinner. We had green eggs and ham. We had green applesauce, green butter for green toast, and green dessert. It was always Jello. And my husband would say, "Will you stop making this green food?" But we ate it anyway because
Yeah,
three of us against the one. No.
exactly.
So I highly recommend that everybody make green food for supper tonight. You could have a salad, spinach, broccoli, all kind of things.
Ooh,
Yeah.
salad is my favorite.
Is it? Well, there you go. You have to put all kind of green toppings on it tonight.
Yes.
Well, I brought my friend along today.
Oh,
He's a leprechaun and he wants to dance for you. Would that be all right?
that would be so much fun.
All right. I'm a little leprechaun dressed in green, the tiniest man that you've ever seen. If you ever catch me, so I'm told, I'll have to give you my pot of gold. And I caught him this morning, so look what I got. All the gold he had in his pockets. And he was
Oh,
hopping mad. He was hopping mad to have to give up his gold. That's what happens if you catch a leprechaun.
that's pretty cool.
I know. He is my friend, though. His name is Larry.
Well, nice to meet you, Larry.
Thank you. Thank you. And he's got very big hands. And I'm going to tell you about him later in my story.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear it.
And did you bring good books today?
I did. Let me get them.
Okay.
So, I've got 2 books, and we're going to start out with this one today. And it is called The Most Magnificent Thing. And it's by Ashley Spires.
This is going to be interesting.
It is a very good book.
Miss Kelsey, do you want to change the screen so we can see you better?
Yes, that
Okay.
is a very good idea. Thank you, Miss Maryjo.
You're welcome.
There we go.
That's better.
This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. Can you see her best friend there? It's a little doggy. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, and they relax. She makes things, and he unmakes things. That's pretty typical for a dog.
Is that right? They like to take things apart?
They do. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. I wonder what the thing will be.
Maybe she's going to make green eggs and ham.
Oh, interesting. She knows just how it will work. She knows just how it will look. And all she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. There's her assistant.
It's a dog.
Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. That doesn't exactly look like they're out of the way.
No, everybody's trying to play ball.
Yeah. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. That's very true of dogs too. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Oh,
you should never give up, right? If it doesn't work the first
exactly.
time, you have to keep trying.
She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, she stands and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try again. So at least she keeps trying.
I agree.
The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She's doing a lot of good things. She's trying to figure it out. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antennae. Antennae. Wow, that's hard to say. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent.
What is she trying to make? This is so interesting.
I know. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She gets mad. Uh-oh. Have you guys ever gotten mad when you couldn't figure something out? I have.
I have to.
The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. Oh, she's getting very frustrated.
I was thinking of that word too.
And look, crunch. She gets
What?
her finger caught.
Ouch.
Oh,
Ooh, look how red it is.
I know. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain and she explodes. It is not her finest moment.
I bet not.
I'm no good at this. I quit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Her assistant suggests a walk.
Yeah.
Dogs are like that. They always suggest walks. It's not much help at first. You see, there they are. The dog's having fun at least. But before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. You see there?
Uh-oh.
As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. It makes me wonder what she's going to do with all of these different parts.
I don't know because they're really unusual shapes.
They are. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. This is the perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop that leak. This one's all wet. And see, there are people taking her leftover parts.
I wonder what they're going to do.
I don't know.
Very interesting.
I know. The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. Uh-oh, I think we're going to get to see what it is. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left, and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing.
She made a scooter. Oh my
She
gosh.
did.
Look, there's a little sidecar for the dog to ride in. That's that's funny. That's like a motorcycle with a sidecar.
It is.
I did not see that coming. That was
That's a
surprise.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
So, next I have Let's Play Monsters by Lucy Cousins.
Oh, I don't know. Is this book going to be scary because, monsters and all?
I don't know. I think we're going to have to see.
All right.
I mean, the monster does look kind of friendly, so we'll see.
He does have long eyelashes. That's
He
not too
does.
scary.
My name is Gabriel, and I am 3. I like to play with monsters, but they can't catch me. Come on, Josie. I want to play. You chase me, and I'll run away. You be a monster who is green and scary, with sharp, pointy teeth and feet that are hairy.
Hairy feet.
Munch, crunch, scrunch, I'll eat you for my lunch. Hee hee hee, but you can't catch me. Come on, Uncle Rufus. I want to play. You chase me, and I'll run away. You be a monster who's very, very big, with horns like a cow and a tail like a pig. Oink, oink, moo, I'm chasing you. But you can't catch me.
Oh my gosh. They have such imaginations.
They do. Come on, kitty cat. I want to play. You chase me, and I'll run away. You be a monster with long, sharp claws, all scritchy and scratchy on your big yellow paws. Hiss, hiss, roar. I'll chase you to the door. But you can't catch me. Come on, Nona. I want to play. You chase me, and I'll run away. You be a monster made of bright pink jelly with big round eyes and feet that are smelly. Slop, slap, schlup, I'll gobble you up. Hee hee hee, but you can't catch me. Come on, Flower, I want to play. You chase me, and I'll run away. You be a monster with a big yellow nose and long green arms and muddy brown toes. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I'll tickle your tum. Hee hee hee, but you can't catch me.
Oh my golly.
Come on, Mommy, I want to play. You chase me, and I'll run away. You be a monster with spikes on your back who eats little boys with your teeth that are black.
Oh my. Poor mommy.
I know. Gobble, gobble, gulp, I'll eat you up. Hee hee hee, but you can't catch me. Oh, yes, I can. I'll gobble your toes and I'll nibble your nose.
He got caught by his mom. Oh my.
Now you be a monster with a funny green head who was tired and sleepy and ready for bed.
Oh, nap time.
Yes. Monster kisses, 1, 2, 3. I love you and you love me.
Oh, look, he looks like a green monster.
He does. And that's the end. And then there's a picture of all the monsters.
Bravo. What a funny book.
I like that one.
I see that every person in his family became a monster in his imagination.
They did.
And so now I understand the book. That's funny. Oh my goodness.
So, what kind of story do you have for us today, Miss Maryjo?
I have a story from Ireland because today is St. Patrick's Day. And Ireland has many, many fine storytellers. So this is a story about a man named Jamie O'Rourke. Would you like to hear it?
I would.
All right. So do you want to make there? Oh, there you go. You can see all my books. Once upon a time, there was a man in Ireland named Jamie O'Rourke, and he had a wife named Eileen. Now, one day, Eileen said to him, Jamie O'Rourke, if you don't go outside and harvest the praties, we will have no food for the winter. Now, boys and girls, in Ireland, they call a potato a pratie. Jamie was the laziest man in all of Ireland, and he was in his bed, and he said, oh, Eileen, don't make me go out and work in the garden. My back hurts. Eileen repeated, Jamie O'Rourke, if you don't go out and harvest the praties, we will have no food for winter. Grumbling, Jamie got out of bed and put on his work pants and went out into the garden. Now, because Jamie O'Rourke was so lazy, the garden was very small, and there really weren't very many praties to harvest. And he sat down on the ground and he said, I hate this job. I do not want to work the praties out of the soil, but if I don't, Eileen won't have any praties to cook for us in the winter and we'll starve. I think I better go and see what I can do about that. So Jamie O'Rourke put on his hat and he walked on down the road. He walked on down the road so long that soon it became dusk. And as the sun was setting, he heard a little voice singing a song. I'm a little leprechaun, small and green, the tiniest man that you've ever seen. If you ever catch me, so I'm told, I'll have to give you my pot of gold. Jamie said, oh, could this be my lucky night? Is that a leprechaun? And he peeked through the bushes, and there he saw a leprechaun. And the leprechaun was dancing around a little campfire, and he was singing and singing. And just then, Jamie O'Rourke snuck up behind him and snatched him up. Let me go, let me go, let me go, said the little leprechaun. I will not. Give me your gold. What? Said the leprechaun. I don't have any gold. That cannot be true, said Jamie O'Rourke. Empty your pockets. And out of his pockets came 2 gold coins. And Jamie O'Rourke struck them up and put them in his own pockets. And the leprechaun said, I don't think you were very nice to me. Well, give me back my coins, please. I need my golden coins. Jamie O'Rourke said, well, what will you give me in exchange? We'll make a trade. And the leprechaun took from his pocket and held out his hand, and resting on the hand was a little potato eye. Now, boys and girls, a little potato eye can grow into a new potato plant if you put it in the soil and water it. Ooh, said Jamie O'Rourke, that would solve all my problems. Yes, said the leprechaun, it would, because this is a magic potato eye, and it will grow into the largest potato in all of Ireland. What? Said Jamie O'Rourke. Give me that potato eye. I'm going to take it home to Eileen and see what she makes of it. And Jamie gave back the 2 gold coins, and the leprechaun put them in his pockets and scurried away. Now, Jamie O'Rourke raced home. He was so excited to tell Eileen about this potato eye. And she said, Jamie O'Rourke, are you thick in the head? You gave away 2 gold coins in exchange for a potato seed? Are you thick in the head? What were you thinking? Jamie said, listen, Eileen, this is a magic potato seed. When you put it in the ground, it will grow to be the biggest potato in all of Ireland. Eileen did not believe it. She went about her work, and Jamie went out to the garden, and he planted that little seed. He watered it and watched it day after day after day. You won't believe what happened. The potato grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it was as big as their house. Eileen said, what are we going to do with this potato? It's humongous. Jamie said, don't fear, said Eileen. I will harvest this and you can cook us up some nice potato meals. Said Eileen, shaking her head. She had the silliest husband in all of Ireland, surely. Jamie got to work. He got out his shovel and he started digging and digging and digging and digging into the soil, but the potato would not come up. He said to the cat, Cat, come over here and help me dig up this potato. And the cat scratched and scratched and scratched at the dirt. And Jamie shoveled and shoveled and shoveled with his shovel, but the potato did not come out. He said to the dog, Dog, come over here and help us dig out this potato. And the dog scratched with his paws, and he scratched, and the cat scratched and scratched with her paws. And Jamie shoveled and shoveled and shoveled with the shovel, but the potato would not come out. Eileen said, I think we should get the tractor. Yeah, that's a good idea, said Jamie. So he went to the barn and he got the tractor and he brought it and he put a big rope around the potato. And then he tied the other end of it to the tractor. And he started up the tractor and he pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled the potato until pop, it came out of the soil. But something terrible happened. It came out of its ropes and it started rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling faster and faster and faster until it rolled all the way into town. It rolled across the bridge and then got stuck. There were villagers on one side and Jamie and Eileen on the other side. And the mayor called out, Jamie O'Rourke, move this potato. It's blocking the bridge. Nobody can come in or out of our town. This is a disaster. Jamie didn't know what to do, but Eileen did. Eileen said, I know what to do. She called out to the mayor, Mayor, go get all the people. Tell them to bring a knife and fork. Boys and girls, can you guess what's going to happen next? You are right. Eileen said to all the townspeople, who were her friends, all my friends, eat as much of this potato as you like. Carve it up and take it home for your winter meals. There is plenty for everyone. So all the mothers, all the fathers, all the grandmas and grandpas, all the kitties, all the cats, all the dogs, and even the horses came and started nibbling and cutting and saving the potato until All that was left was a piece about this big, and Eileen took it home to her own house. Now, at first, it was wonderful. People made baked potatoes and put toppings on them. Then they made mashed potatoes with lots of gravy. And then they made fried potatoes with their bacon and eggs. Every single way you can think to eat potatoes, that is what the people did. But can you imagine eating the same food 3 times a day, day after day after day? People were sick of potatoes, including Eileen. Never again, she said to Jamie O'Rourke. You may be the laziest man in town, but don't ever get a magic potato seed again. Just it happened that suddenly they heard a little voice singing, I'm a little leprechaun dressed in green, the funniest man that you've ever seen. If you ever catch me, so I'm told, I'll have to trade you a potato for my gold. Eileen said, no, don't do it, Jamie O'Rourke, don't do it. But Jamie O'Rourke accepted the potato seed. And you can guess what happened when he planted it. The end.
That was a good one.
I'll tell you, Jamie O'Rourke might have been thought to be lazy, but he certainly thought he had a good idea with that potato eye. I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe people today will have some Irish pratties for their dinner. Wouldn't that be fun? We can make potatoes, mashed potatoes, fried potatoes. We could have potato soup and potato casserole and potato stew. Just potatoes everywhere. Thank you, my little leprechaun friend, for coming to tell the story with us today. Okay, goodbye. Leprechauns are pretty small, and then if you find them, they're usually making shoes. Did you know that, Miss Kelsey?
I didn't.
Yeah, they have a contract with all the fairies, and the fairies need dancing shoes. So the leprechauns often can be seen making dancing shoes for the fairies or for people who are in the ballet. Yeah, because ballet dancers and tap dancers and joggers and cloggers, they need kinds of special shoes for their dancing. So that's what this little leprechaun does for his work. You can see his own shoes, like they're beautiful.
They are.
Yeah. So that's what happens. And so sometimes they're so busy making their shoes, they don't hear when a human is creeping up behind them. And that's how they get caught sometimes. And then they have to give over their gold. But this little leprechaun, he told Jamie he only had 2 pieces of gold in his pocket, remember?
Mm-hmm.
But here's what he really had. This giant sack of gold.
Oh.
So he was tricking Jamie O'Rourke. I think he's very tricky because he hid all that gold in his sack and Jamie didn't know he had it.
Very, very tricky.
Leprechauns are tricky that way. Maybe you will see one today.
Ooh.
Or maybe the boys and girls will catch one today.
Ooh.
That could be lots of fun.
Just make sure you're wearing green.
Is that what it takes? You have to be dressed in green?
I think you do.
That's a good tip. Do you have any library news for us today?
Just the usual. So you want to make sure you tune in on Mondays at 11 to see Miss Kathy do her wiggle worms. And if you didn't see this week's, you should go back and watch it because Rachel was on again with her accordion.
Oh, fun. And I bet you told leprechaun stories.
She did.
That's a good.
She told a bunch of leprechaun stories and sang some leprechaun songs.
She did. Miss Kathy must like leprechauns.
She does.
I wonder if she's ever caught one. Then she could have some gold.
Oh, I might have to ask her that.
Yeah, that would be a good question.
But
Well,
they will be back on Monday, so make sure to tune in this upcoming Monday to see them.
this coming Monday, every Monday, she's on
Every
TV.
Monday.
Every
Yep.
Monday. Well, I'm starting to think about spring because it's so lovely out. This morning on my porch, I saw a blue jay. And that was the first blue jay I've seen since last summer.
Oh, wow.
Birds are starting to come back. And when they come back, that reminds me of nests. And nests remind me of eggs. And eggs remind me of Easter egg hunts.
Yes.
But I don't know if people will be able to have Easter egg hunts this year because of COVID.
Yeah.
But we can remember what it's like. Maybe we could have Easter egg hunts inside our own houses.
That's a very good idea.
And maybe if you did that, Miss Kelsey, you could hide eggs for your dogs or your gecko.
Oh.
I wonder if you would have to put grubs or crickets inside the eggs for your gecko, because I don't think he would want to eat chocolate.
No.
No. Okay.
No. And the dogs would probably get dog treats.
Dog treats for dogs. Yeah, because chocolate is not a treat for a dog. Actually,
no.
I've heard that makes their stomachs hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yep.
We wouldn't want to hurt our pets. No.
No.
But I like eggs that have chocolate inside.
Me too.
You too? Oh, all right. So now we know. So we're going to have to start thinking about spring and eggs and birds and animals that lay eggs and all kinds of things. It's going to be fun. Wonderful.
Exciting.
Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye, boys and girls. Will you sing with us? And we sing goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. We'll see each other soon. Chicka, chicka, boom, boom. Bravo, bravo.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, moms and dads. Goodbye, nanas and grandpas.
Goodbye, Miss Maryjo.
Bye, Miss Kelsey.